I thought we were.
Alright. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Teddy here with... Get the giggles out. He forgot we were semi-PG-13 rated.
I thought we were sound checking.
No, we're not sound checking. But yeah, as you guys can probably tell, we're here to showcase our, in tandem, our World Chalice decks. Me and my buddy Fox and a Wolfpack over here, we're going to call him Andrew, just for, easy's sake. We thought it was just a really cool archetype that came out, I believe it was the first deck, set.
Code of the Duelist.
Was Code of the Duelist?
First deck I wanted to make when the set came out.
Yep, he's very big. Andrew over here is huge into the lore of this set. Well, I myself, I'm a little bit...
Dude, the cards tell a fucking story and it's immaculate.
The cards tell a story. You're gonna have to talk into the mic a little bit. You sound like you're,
I'm sorry. The cards tell a story and it's immaculate! Can you hear me?
Alright.
See, this is why we need a sound check.
Alright. This is not why we need a sound check. Let's just get into it. So, this deck basically completely revolves around getting out the most powerful links you can in the most beneficial spots possible on your board. You're going to want a lot of co-links, you're going to want a lot of your boss monster pointing to your World Chalice monsters. So, we're going to start with our vanillas. We both play 3, Beckoned by the World Chalice. Now, Beckoned is a nice 1800 body. It is 4 stars and an earth creature. And like we said, it is vanilla, so it is a great addition to the deck. Next is going to be 3 chosen by the World Chalice.
I play a very vanilla World Chalice. I just like playing 3-ofs.
Okay, so...
If it comes along where it's an inconvenience, I'll probably lower it down, but, I mean... I just play a 3-of all the vanillas, so I'll beat you to it on that one.
Alright, so he plays 3 vanillas over... I don't actually play Crowned at all, so... Sorry about that. I don't actually play Crowned at all, so we're gonna go right into my...
Bugging.
Yeah, I don't know why I do it. Let's say I'm...
Triple Fairy.
I'm still learning a little bit.
Best card in the deck, Fairy Lee.
Fairy Lee right here, it is very good. It's basically like your...
It's your Stratos, and it recycles itself.
Exactly.
When it's normal special summon, search any World Chalice monster that includes the World Legacy World Chalice, and when it's in the graveyard, you pitch a monster from the hand to grave for it and add it back to your hand. So it's just a recyclable search.
Always like recyclable searches. Also like the fact that it's 2000 defense, especially for level 2. Next, we're going to go into Guard Dragon. I unfortunately only have 1. I would like to have the 2 as he does, but I am not as fortunate as him. Guard Dragon is really fantastic in the way that it can pitch itself from its hand, and you can negate the activation of a card or effect that's activated that targets a linked monster. And since this deck really heavily revolves around your linked monsters, you're going to be using it a lot more than you would expect.
Fun fact, I've been playing this deck for a while, and I didn't know that Guard Dragon is also a hand trap.
Gotta get it to grave somehow.
No idea. I've just been pitching it to the grave and just using its grave effect.
Next we have our World Legacy World Chalice, probably one of the best cards in the deck. I actually should probably bump it up to 3 as well. I don't know why I don't have it at 3. It's just a learning experience for me, guys. I live and let learn, alright? Really fantastic card. When it is tribute summoned and leaves the field, you can special summon 2 World Chalice monsters from your deck, except for World Legacy World Chalice. And then during the main phase, when this turn, except the turn when it was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from the graveyard and add 1 World Legacy card from your deck to your hand.
That part's unfortunate. If you could add it when the turn it was sent to the grave, that'd be pretty broken.
Yeah, if you could add it the turn that it was sent to the grave, it could just be, like, you could really just break that could be an endless combo, you know?
Yep.
Well, not really endless, just until you get all the World Legacies out.
Because if you send it to the grave, you get your 2 monsters, you can banish it and then grab your World Legacy Heart and then play that and just get the 2 monsters that you used for your Link Summon back to your hand.
Also very true.
So that's why that's like that. I'm just going to clean this up because somebody with OCD watching this video is going to want to end their own life.
Yeah, right. Just one neat pile and whatnot. So that's going to be it for our World Chalice monsters. Next, we're going to have all the gimmicky cards that you're going to need for this deck. Boom. He plays 2, I play 1. His are much prettier than mine.
I play 2 because I play more vanillas than you.
Exactly. So it is Rescue Rabbit. Rescue Rabbit is an amazing card. You guys should know what this card does. You can tribute this card and summon 2 vanillas with the same name from your deck, e.g. the engine of our deck. I'm not going to move that. Next we have our Agent of Creation Venus. Absolutely fantastic
To
card.
go with it, it's Shine Balls.
Yep.
It needs those Shine Balls.
Definitely a good idea. If for those who don't know, Agent of Creation Venus, you can pay 500 life points, and per 500 life points that you pay, you can summon a mystical shine ball from, I believe it's hand deck or graveyard.
No, just hand or deck.
It's just hand or deck, not graveyard. So
Hand or deck, but it doesn't matter. Whenever you play it, you're just spending 1,500.
Exactly.
You're flat out. As long as your opponent doesn't stop you, you're dropping 15.
Always. So next you're gonna. What do you have next?
I don't have. That's it for.
That's
my
it for his monsters. Okay, I have one copy of Crane. I like it a lot. I always try to have my level 3 out first. That's the first vanilla I always try to use. When this card is normal summon, you can target one level 3 monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target, but it has its effects negated. You can only use the effect of Crane once per turn. Very good card late game because that's an immediate IB for you. Next, I have one copy of Skullmeister, which I have just because I personally run Lightsworn and I hate Grave Traps, so I want to avoid those at all costs. And then I also have one copy of Battle Fader, just because, again, helps out for IB.
In a mirror match, that Skullmeister will stop World Legacy World Chalice, and it'll stop Guard Dragon, so that's actually not bad.
Exactly.
That's it. That's a good choice.
So thank you. It was a little bit of a whim of a choice. I'm glad it worked out in somebody better than me's mind. Next we're gonna go into our spells.
Spells and my 2 traps.
2 traps.
I only play
God.
2 trap cards.
So first, I start with 3 copies of World Legacy Discovery. Homie over here has 2. I like it a lot. All World Chalice on monsters on the field gain 300 attack and defense once per turn. If a face-up World monster, what? You take over.
If a face-up World Chalice monster would be destroyed by battle and sent from the field to the graveyard, you can. Oh wait, hold on. I'm not even reading that right. If a face-up World Chalice monster you control is destroyed by battle or leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, you can target one World Chalice monster in your graveyard, special summon it in defense position.
Boom. I'm not stoned.
The only reason I don't like that is because you can't target your links with that, because links can't be summoned in defense position.
Yeah. Links are very important in this deck.
And it doesn't include being sent to the graveyard by your own card effect, which is, we'll get to that in a sec when we talk about the link monsters, because 2 of them do that, and that's kind of bummies.
Kind of bummies. So next card we have is World Legacy's Heart.
What did I do with mine? Oh, there they are. So we both play 2. All right.
All right, we can agree on something.
I did play 3, and even though I'm playing a lot of vanillas, I was playing Factory of Mass Production before that because it could target all vanillas. I could get my Shine Balls back, summon them back with Venus. It just wasn't worth it. Even with all the... I'm playing more monsters in this deck than Spell and Traps, and even with that, I still play the card at 2.
Boom. Oh. Next.
Soul Charge.
Why do you have the prettier cards than me? This is not fair. Like,
It's not even that great. What is it from? Dragon's a Legend.
Alright, whatever.
It was like a common in that set.
Whatever. So, Soul Charge, you guys should know what that does. Probably one of the most broken cards in the meta right now, just because it can bring back links into any spot on your field, and you can choose the spots, so just pretty OP.
For the small price of 1,000 life points, you could have this card here.
Yeah, there's always that. Next, I think you have a different card than me here.
I've got Transmodify.
Oh, nope. So we both out here with the 2 Transmodify.
The best thing about Transmodify is Fairy Lee is a fairy type. Go figure. And so is Venus. But Venus is a level 3, Fairy Lee is a level 2. So you could play your Fairy Lee, get your search, activate Transmodify, send Lee to the grave, special Venus from the deck, and then pop off with 3 Shine Balls after already getting your search. So you essentially +4 for 1,500 life points.
Exactly. Like, you can't... the numbers don't lie. So... next, I have 1 copy of Monster Reborn.
I do not play such cards.
Oh no!
I have Double Scapegoat.
Double Scapegoat. Okay, I'll take that as a decent alternative. What do you have next? Ready? Let's do it on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Dark Hole.
Cosmic Cyclone. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Raigeki. Yeah!
Hey, yours is nicer.
Yo, mine's nicer. Fuck you.
Hey, don't say fuck you. That's the black print. That's the black print.
Alright, you know what? Whatever. Fine, it is a black print. Maybe it is nicer. I don't want to hear it. This is my favorite card in my deck.
I mean, yours is the LOB one. That's the originals.
Ready? I'm going to show you guys right now. This is going to be my favorite card in my deck.
Upstart. Oh.
Big Bang Shot.
Get out of here.
Big Bang Shot. The equipped monster gets 400 attack and it does piercing. Banish it if it leaves the field.
I can't. It hurts me so much that you play that.
I love it so much. Just let me do me. Alright. What do you got? Are we on?
White Elephant's Gift.
White Elephant's Gift. What does that do?
Tribute one non-effect monster, draw 2 cards.
See, that's pretty fucking good.
The deck just doesn't need as much draw support as you'd think, even though it does. It's really monster heavy. There's just a lot of search and a lot of special summons and pluses. I've never really had an issue. I tried playing it at 2, but I've bricked more than I haven't.
Are we on to traps now?
We are.
All right.
I'm down to my last 2 cards actually.
Last 2 cards. All right, I'm pretty trap heavy, so let's go trap first.
Double Storming.
Double Storming. All right, I can agree with you there, but I also have a Solemn Strike.
I was playing Quaking. I wanted to play Strike, but Code of the Duelist did me dirty, and I didn't pull any.
Code of the Duelist did everybody dirty. I have World Legacy Landmark. This really doesn't do much for my deck. It lets me pinch a World Legacy and then add target 2 monsters in my graveyard. Special summon them. They can't attack this turn. It's not bad, but you don't get to use it a lot. And then I have the Divine Wrath, Threatening Roar, and Wabaku just to completely round it out for traps and make it a little bit just to stall my opponent out. Make their lives harder.
I was playing Back to the Front in here. I was playing it at 3 just because it's a very link heavy deck and you're constantly throwing your monsters in the graveyard. So Back to the Front was helpful, but putting them in defense, you can't get your link monsters back that way, and Aurum already does that for you. So I may throw the 1-of Monster Reborn in here and get rid of the Upstart, but other than that, it's really you don't really need much else.
All right, so
it's a very basic deck in the end, and it has its own engine.
There you go. Here, take it away. You go first.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna save the World Chalice engine for last. I'm gonna go into my basic links first.
All right, word.
Every monster in this extra deck is a link monster. So I run my 2 link spiders.
I have one. I need another one. It's very obvious that I need another one. The more you play this, the more you realize link spider. It just extends your combos to the nth degree. It's just really good for this deck.
I have the 1-of Proxy.
I got 1 Decode.
Okay. I have 1 Topologic.
That I don't have.
Great card. And 1-of Firewall.
I don't have that in this deck either.
Okay. Going into the World Chalice engine.
We'll call mine a budget deck.
3 Imduk. He in every sense of the word is your combo starter.
He is. I need a third badly.
You always want a vanilla in your starting hand or a Venus to get your vanilla, just because the only way to summon him is a normal monster. So you need one to start him. That's why I play so many. Triple Ib, because Ib is also an easy card to summon. Unlike the next card, Aurum, Ib only takes 2 monsters with different type and different attribute. Aurum is a little tricky. He needs 2 World Chalice monsters. So you really want to get Imduk out first before anything like a Link Spider, because otherwise you can't get Aurum in your extra zone up here, which is where you want him. You always want Aurum in this spot right there. He's never down here. Never. Otherwise, you messed up. Scoop.
He's just not beneficial if he's in your main monster zone. He's got to be in the extra to
if he's in your main zone, Scoop. You surrender. You lost. You lost.
You did something wrong.
You did something wrong. You should be ashamed of yourself. And lastly, 2 Ningirsu.
I have 1. Like I said, budget.
I was playing him at 1. You really don't need him at 2. But then I found out a way to really abuse the deck, and you can 1 turn 2 summon. It's a miracle.
It's just unfair. Ningirsu is really good. His effect reads that if this card is link summoned, you can draw equal to the number of World Chalice monsters this card points to, which, being that this card is very link heavy and very World Chalice heavy, is not very hard, so you're going to have that draw support.
If you, to be fair, going back to the Fairy Lee Transmodify combo, if you start out with that hand, you can summon, you want to summon your Lee, you want to search your World Chalice, your World Legacy World Chalice. You want to transmodify into Venus, +3 for the Shine Balls, and you want to go into your Imduk, and you can get a draw 3 Ningirsu off of 2 cards. Lee and transmodify. That's all you need.
And then Ningirsu's second effect, you can send 1 monster from each. 1 card from each side of the field to the graveyard. Really good for getting around anything that's just
does not target, does not destroy. So it gets around any card effects that prevent destruction, to prevent targeting. You could send anything. You could even send himself, which is actually a combo that I like to use.
So this deck has just got so many options. It's one of those decks where if you know it very well, you're going to do a lot better than the player who doesn't.
That's very true. Aurum is the reason I got rid of. Let's talk about Aurum real quick, because he's honestly a very underrated monster. You contribute. He has 2 arrows pointing down. Just so you see that. So you always want him right here, you contribute any monster that he points to summon one from the graveyard. So you can go like this. You can have a board set up like this, use Ningirsu's effect to send himself and a monster your opponent controls. Send him, Orm's effect, you contribute this, and put Ningirsu right back there, and use his send effect again.
So this deck is just full of combos. It really, you have a way to recycle your utilities. It's just, the entire thing works really well within itself, and the story behind it is also really phenomenal too. So, anything else to add? Andy Rue.
Never call me that, and we should actually do a video on the story. That'd be a really cool video.
Yo, alright, if you guys want to see a video about this story behind all the World Chalice monsters, hit us up. Just smash that like button, leave a comment if you guys have anything to add, anything like that. If you guys want to make fun of me for my build, just please do. This has been Teddy and Andrew signing off. Or Fox and Wolfpack, I'm sorry. Signing off.